Welcome back to the Podgressives podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dakota. I run the YouTube channel Dakota Talks. That thing over there.
Co-host.
He's the co-host.
I'm co-host. That's my name.
He's here. No, his name is Ryder. I don't think we actually introduced you last week, so we just called you co-host and moved
Did
on.
we film last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Anyways, we have a lot of stuff to go over this week.
Yeah.
Donald Trump may have blown Bill Clinton. Not clickbait. Literally
Bubba.
Something that might have happened.
BUBBA.
Epstein was talking to his brother about how Putin might have photos of Trump, quote, blowing Bubba, which is a nickname that was given to Bill Clinton and used multiple times throughout the emails to reference Bill Clinton. Crazy situation.
Yeah.
We also are going to be going over the Epstein emails as a whole, which there's a lot of crazy stuff, including Trump having dinner with Epstein on Thanksgiving while he was president.
He was thankful to be his friend.
Yeah, that's crazy though, because as far as we understand, Epstein and Trump, they split ways a long time before that. So it's interesting. Also, we see a lot of communication between Steve Bannon and Epstein and what's his name, Michael Wolff.
Michael Wolff, yeah.
Journalist. We see a lot of communication between them, which is very questionable and crazy. Horrible, horrifying. We also know that Trump knew about the girls, according to Epstein. Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So we can talk about all of that, but we're also going to talk about how 7 spineless Democrats and 1 independent who caucuses with the Democrats decided they were going to cave on the budget bill and vote to strip 20 million Americans of their health care, which will lead to 50,000 people dying unnecessarily every single year.
Fucking hell.
Here he goes. He's cracking a Coors, guys. He's getting wasted this episode. Got the Coors hat on, and he got the. This is not sponsored by Coors, by the way.
Fucking weak.
By the way, it's noon, and this is his second beer.
It's like it's 6 o'clock in my mind.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Boys.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh my gosh! Who got time? Who got time to wait till 5 o'clock to drink when the fucking country's falling apart?
Yeah, for real though. Now I know why people drink a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Ryder's gonna get drunk this week.
I'm gonna get drunk on this podcast. We'll see what happens.
If you'll be more of a yapper.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Hopefully you don't get us canceled.
We shall see.
We shall see.
We got an hour.
Yeah, we do. We're also going to be not only talking about the Epstein emails and the fact that Trump might have blown Bubba, but we're also going to be talking to Donald J. Trump himself yet again, and we're going to confront him about all of this.
We gotta confront him. I'm gonna go dark woke on him.
Uh-oh.
Bring up some things.
And as last time we interviewed Trump, I made him think that I was a part of the team. I made him think that I was a Republican.
Yeah.
And he loved me, and he thought you were like some radical.
Some radical leftist
Antifa.
Marxist.
So if I'm not a Republican, but if I talk to Trump, I might act like one. But I'm probably not. I'm gonna confront him about the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
We need to know some answers. Did he actually blow Bill Clinton? If so, how big was it?
So about the Bill Clinton thing, do you think that's actually real? Like, do you think it actually might have happened? Or do you think
I want to believe so.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was.
I feel
but
like it would break
it.
American politics if that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's America. That's what we do.
Dude, some of those emails though that I've seen over the past couple of days are crazy. Like, I think the current envoy to Syria, that guy was also mentioned in the emails, and Epstein emailed him and send me the pictures of you and the kids smiling.
No, he said, send me the pictures of you and the kids. It make me smile.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Half the fucking government officials are pedophiles.
Literally. I mean, yeah. No. It's not only a Republican thing, obviously.
No, it's a part of
it's bipartisan.
Yeah, it's bipartisan.
Especially Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Are literally Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton invited Ghislaine Maxwell to
their
their daughter's wedding. Very recently, crazy stuff. They are definitely affiliated. I don't know if they've been on the islands and stuff, but I know they're very close.
Bill Clinton invited Epstein to the White House.
Of course he did.
He's like, come on, Jeffrey, we can have some fun.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Also, we know that Jeffrey Epstein had a picture of Bill Clinton in his
house,
but it was like a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress. Have you not seen that?
I think so. Wait, show it to me.
He had this image in his
What
house.
the fuck?
Sitting up in his house.
That's crazy.
Pretty awesome. You think Bill Clinton was wearing this when Trump did the deed?
Maybe. Trump's like, dress up, Bill. Make it real.
Of Bush.
Yeah. Dude, that's, oh my God.
It's like a Jenga tower with some paper airplanes.
that just makes the conspiracy theorists run wild.
Yeah. He's like, I mean, I get it though. Because like we also know that Jeffrey Epstein, according to like reporting from Dropsite News, we know that Jeffrey Epstein
he was an Israel asset.
He was an Israel asset, and he was helping Israel sell a surveillance state to like multiple different African countries. Yeah. Like crazy stuff. Like
no, yeah, it's insane.
He was 100% tied to Israeli intelligence and most likely American intelligence as well, or at least one or the other. I don't know. Pretty crazy stuff. I mean, we also know that he like wore like an IDF shirt and stuff, like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Epstein. So I wanted to show Courier Newsroom has done a lot of like good compiling of it, and I wanted to just kind of go over some of the things that they put together. The Bill Clinton thing, we'll talk about that here in a moment. I think we should actually let's talk about that now. This is real. I double checked this. I was like curious because you go to the House Oversight Committee website where they have the link to the Epstein file Google Drive, and then you go to the photos. I think it's like 11, and then you go to the specific number.
Yeah,
and this is real. I found this is legit. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, "There's no fucking way," but then it is real. Israel?
Israel real?
Okay, I want to interject. I accidentally read all of these emails backwards because the way that they're laid out is the stuff that's at the top of the email is the later stuff that was sent. And so it's kind of in reverse order, and I didn't realize that. So I just instinctually started at the top and went down to the bottom. But I was reading them backwards, so if they don't make a lot of sense, that's why. But also it was kind of hard to read because Jeffrey Epstein and his friends are really bad at typing words and spelling them right, so and grammar and stuff. So it made it also harder. But anyways, I just wanted to clarify that because it confused me a little bit. This is a email conversation between Mark Epstein, which is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, and Jeffrey Epstein himself. And he said, I'd rather be in Donnie D's shoes. That's what Mark Epstein said. And then Jeffrey Epstein said, you mean Donnie T? And then Mark Epstein replied and said, you and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard, which is like, I think it's, and it says it's sent via tin can and string. That's what it says in the email.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, what?
And then it says, and I thought I had Tessuri. I don't know how to say that word, but I heard it means like, it means problems or something.
Oh, okay.
And then, let's see. And then Mark Epstein replies and said, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. And then Jeffrey Epstein replies, all good, Bannon with me. That's in 2018. And then Mark Epstein replies, how you doing? A while back you mentioned that you were pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetic. Has anything changed? What is your boy Donald up to now? So there's a theme also of Trump being mentioned a lot in these emails. But is very worth looking over the fact that he said Putin has photos of Trump blowing Bubba.
Yeah.
Or he says, ask him if Putin has those photos.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if like tomorrow, Vladimir Putin just released photos?
Dude, that would be crazy. That
would be so funny. Like, look, Trump is kind of known for being like maybe the most pro-Putin president we've ever had.
He said, I'm going to end the Ukraine war on day one.
And then he goes and he's like, Putin, you're great. I love you.
Yeah, I love you,
Putin. When Putin starts bombing Ukraine, he goes, Vladimir, no. Yeah, this isn't like you, Vladimir.
Yeah, this isn't like you. I thought you were better than this.
I feel like he could, I don't know. I mean, we know that Putin kind of strong arms Trump every time they're around.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Like, I'm not saying that he has those photos. I'm not saying this is real. But I'm saying like, if it was, it would kind of make sense why Trump was like kind of so pro-Russia.
Yeah, and then like also like every time Trump's like, didn't he announce like they had like a Ukraine like deal or something?
I think it was pretty favorable to Russia.
Yeah,
I mean when Trump was meeting with Putin, the Russian army that was like started doing like massive invasions into Ukraine, and they were flying the American flag on their tanks.
Oh God,
like crazy shit.
Yeah, no, because like. Yeah, and they screw Zelensky over like all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He comes into the
like-
White House and he goes, "What about bombs up to your head right now? Hunter
Yeah.
Biden's bedroom, bathroom, laptop from hell."
Yeah,
Or whatever
and
that
then,
whole
like-
clip was.
And then like when they first met in the White House, remember like Vladimir Putin just got not Vladimir Putin, sorry. Zelensky got kicked out.
Yeah. They're like, "Why aren't you wearing a suit, man?"
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck you.
God damn.
It's just like it was such a fucking like just disgrace.
It is a disgrace. But so let's let's think about this. Do we think that Trump actually blew Bill Clinton? To be honest, if I'm being like honest,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
But I like to believe it.
Yeah.
And just because I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
And regardless, I mean, because here's the thing: it could either be this is legit, or it could be that
was just- they were kind
they were just kind of joking around.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they were calling him Donnie T. They're like, your boy Donnie T. Like, it seems like they're in a joking manner. So I don't think it's like this is not 100% proof unless Putin drops the photos. Then
I could see Putin like in the Russian media like just dropping the photos or something.
I feel like he might, like, if it is real, then he's probably like, hey Donnie, he's like, you better send us like end all support to Ukraine or something. Like,
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case. I hope it's not, because if it is, then this leader
he's
that's
compromised.
doing a horrible war has this like leverage over our president of the United States of
Yeah.
America. But I do hope that Donald Trump did suck up.
He's
be
also
really fun.
compromised.
Yeah, I mean, he's already compromised for sure. But you know,
Yeah, no, yeah.
either way, I don't want it to be worse. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, like, it's really funny. Like, obviously, we don't really care. Like, if Donald Trump builds, like, if that is true, then it's like the least
the
bad
MAGA
thing.
people, I feel like that would break the support for Trump in the Republican Party. Just
It
the
seems like
gay
it
stuff.
has already. Like,
Yeah.
people are like, wait. Okay, I was fine with him being like a pedophile rapist guy.
Yeah.
With 34 felonies. But now that I know that he's also gay or bi,
That's a deal breaker for me.
dude. I mean,
I'm gonna vote for the independent candidate.
I like to imagine that he's gay
yeah.
because I think it's really funny. And also, it kind of makes sense. He's like
Yeah.
a theater snob. He's like he's like cares about, like, you know,
I mean, look at the White House.
look at the White House. He's like, oh, I love decorating and interior decoration. He like listens.
love it.
His favorite song is the YMCA anthem, which is like a known gay anthem. His dance is like this.
YMCA.
I'm sorry, but he's like
He's just like he. This was practice for Bill Clinton.
exactly. He was, and I mean, you saw the clip of him like doing like a blowjob on
Yeah,
the,
he was like, oh.
on the microphone at the
Yeah.
campaign trail. It's
Yeah.
it's too good. It's too good.
Then he
I-
talked about Arnold Palmer's dick.
He did, yeah. that's
Arnold
true.
Palmer was so big,
He was
everyone knew it.
It's like they walked in, and I won't say it, but they were like, "Wow, he's all man." That's what he said.
Oh God, dude.
Have you seen those videos of like that one gay guy who will like he'll voice over or he'll do the Trump audio and he'll like do it in like a gay way, and it looks so fucking good. It's so good.
No, I haven't seen that. That's
It's so funny.
though.
He'll be like doing his collar like this while he's like talking about Arnold Palmer, and he's like, it's so good.
He's like,
It's so good.
he's like
I
Arnold.
go, wow,
Wow.
he's all man. It's
Oh
so
my
good.
God, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, it does seem like, because there's a lot of homophobia for sure in the Republican.
Oh
base.
yeah, no. Like
And I would imagine that if it is real, and even the fact that it's being said and
Yeah.
possible is seemingly making a lot of people go, wait, what?
wait, what? This guy's gay? I don't know.
I was okay. I knew he had all these, you know, he's up with the porn star
Yeah.
and all this stuff, and you know, he like his ex-wife, he cheated on her, and he has 34
I cheat on my
felonies.
wife all the
Tried
time.
to do a coup. He's a
Yeah.
fascist. You know, he's like a horrible person. He also like hates racist. You know, like I was fine with all that stuff, and I was totally fine with like the credible sexual assault allegations, and
Yeah.
stuff like that too. That a judge said like could be determined as the colloquial definition of rape. I was fine with that, but he gave
He's gay?
consensual head to another man.
Democrat, what the hell?
Yeah, wait, what? It's fine. Oh my god.
I think that
Too
could.
good.
I can't believe that's. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's also like.
I like to imagine it's
a
real.
lot of these Republican guys could see them in Donald Trump's shoes, so they're like, I don't want to be gay.
yeah.
Am I gay?
What?
I need to take the gay test.
No, imagine what if instead of like them getting really angry, they all just like, I'm gay now. All the closeted gay Republicans come out and they're like,
Dude,
if our
apparently,
president's gay, then I am too.
I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this thing from, it might have been like Here's Why Kevin. They do like great coverage on stuff. But it was just a thing. Apparently, like Ted Cruz went to this like city in Mexico right after the shutdown.
Yeah.
That's like really popular for their gay like community and like everything like that. I'm like, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Ted Cruz like, I've had enough woman for a while. Let me go get something from a man.
Oh my god. Okay, let's also talk about this. So, this is Trump trying to deflect from the Epstein files. This is a Truth Social post. He said, in other words, the Democrats are using the Jeffrey Epstein hoax to try to deflect from their massive failures. In particular, the most recent one, the shutdown, which we're going to talk about that too, and that is a failure.
That was a failure. He's right about that.
That's true. That's true. And then this is in the email. It says, this is Jeffrey Epstein saying, I want you to realize, I think he's talking to Ghislaine Maxwell. And he says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked yet is Trump. Victim, which we now know is Virginia Jeffries, who...
Yeah, committed suicide, right?
Yeah, and worked at Mar-a-Lago and was a Jeffrey Epstein victim.
Yeah.
I think she accused Prince Andrew of a bunch of stuff.
There's a lot of things about Prince Andrew, like pretty
it's bad.
Crazy things.
But so it was blocked out, but the Republicans came out and they were like, okay, we need to make this clear that this isn't just any victim. This is a person that worked for him.
Yeah.
Which is an important distinction. But Epstein says, Virginia Jeffries spent hours with him at my house. He hasn't once ever mentioned... Oh no, he has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc.
I don't know, what did that mean
there.
When he said like police chief, etc.?
He's saying that they've never mentioned Trump in any of the investigations, and Trump's never said anything to any of the police chiefs or anything like that. Like he's never spoken, basically. Like Epstein was like also like I think he was like an English teacher in like a college.
Yeah, he was at Dartmouth.
Which is crazy because he literally can't spell for shit.
Yeah, he was.
By the way,
he was literally like a teacher at Dartmouth University, which is like a high like Ivy League school university.
But he was making like it was like a Shakespeare reference, the dog that hasn't barked or whatever. I guess it was like a Shakespeare reference.
Okay.
But the what it means is like he never spoke. Like he knows and he never said anything.
Okay, yeah.
But so. This is another email here. It says, victim, Mar-a-Lago, blank. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. That was another thing that Jeffrey Epstein said to Michael Wolff. That one was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty rough. This is more about that. So this is Michael Wolff saying to Epstein, he said, I think you should, he's talking about Trump. He said, I think you should let him hang himself if he hasn't been on the plane or the House, then that gives you valuable PR. I think you should let him hang himself if he says that he hasn't been on the plane or the House.
Yeah.
Then that gives you valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. He's talking to Epstein. He says, wow. If it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is outlawed in the Trump regime. And then I think Epstein replied and said, if we are able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? And then Michael Wolff said, I hear CNN is planning to ask Trump about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards. And then there's some added context here. It says, the year before the 2016 election, Michael Wolff, who was working on a book about Trump and Epstein, exchanged emails on what Trump should say about their relationship if they could craft an answer. Wolff noted that Epstein should let Trump hang himself in order to give political currency to Epstein.
That's crazy.
Like, why would it give him political currency?
Yeah.
And why would it give him a positive PR and positive benefit?
Yeah.
If he essentially said that Trump never did anything. This is like the most damning thing to me. Is like,
yeah, no.
It literally Epstein being like, or them talking to Epstein being like, you should let Trump say something that's not true, which is that he hasn't been to the island, he hasn't done anything wrong, because then you have this leverage that you know that he didn't, that he did do stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Insane. And then there's more in here, I think, about how I think we already read that part about how, like, of course he knew about the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Which is insane. Yeah, he says, like, of course he knew about the girls. He asked Elaine to stop, which implies that he knew about the girls and didn't say anything to the police, but instead he went out there and was like, hey, stop sex trafficking my girls. Go do it somewhere else. And then was like, all right. And then that was it. And then so this is another clip of Trump in the White House where the reporters were asking about the Epstein files. And
Oh, my God. He probably went off.
he was like, all right, well, we're going to wrap up. That's what he said.
Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate
Mr. President, are you prepared to negotiate with Democrats now?
Mr. President, on Jeffrey Epstein.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for knowing.
Mr. President, can you respond to these Epstein emails that were released today?
Well done, Mr. President. Great job.
They literally mentioned the emails, and he's like, "Oh God, I gotta go."
Yeah.
Actually, I just remembered I have a thing.
Dude,
so.
Howard Luckneck
Golf
was...
game.
Yeah. I had to go golfing in Mar-a-Lago on your tax dollars.
Yeah.
Again.
I gotta go hit the ball where I buried my ex-wife.
Yeah. No, dude, it's also crazy because Michael Wolff... No, not Michael Wolff. Howard Lutnick, his commerce secretary or whatever, literally neighbors with Epstein.
Oh yeah.
It's so... like, that administration is so embedded.
He lived in New York. I lived in New York.
We all lived in New York
God
in
damn.
those days.
But another thing, I didn't
Before it
bring
turned
this.
into a
Oh yeah, I
liberal
did.
Democrat city.
This is also true. This happened. Trump, when the Epstein stuff was coming out,
Yeah.
because they just sworn in another member of Congress. That they were
that's right.
literally waiting like 7 weeks. They held off on like 7 weeks
Yeah, it was like 50 days.
to swear in this member of Congress because
Something like that.
the government shutdown was what they were claiming, but it was really because Mike Johnson didn't want to swear her in because she was going to vote to release the Epstein files, and she was the last vote they needed, and now they have her. And so they got the vote now, and right after that was sworn in, and they knew that the vote was about to happen,
She signed it.
she signed it. But also, Trump was like called an emergency meeting in the Situation Room and brought those Republicans that voted on it. Like, I think it was, I don't even think he brought Marjorie Taylor Greene, but like,
No.
I forget. I think it was Thomas Massey or something.
Yeah.
And I forget the other one. But they brought him in there and were like basically trying to convince him not to vote for it. But you know, it's also important to say that like, if the bill gets passed, which it is in the
Yeah.
House, I believe already, then you know it's going to go to the Senate or whatever, and then it has to pass there. Which it probably, I don't know if it will or not. We'll see. But even if it goes through all of that, it still has to go to Trump and he has to sign it, which isn't going to happen.
He's not going to fucking sign it.
But if he vetoes that, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. So
That's probably why he's
still
trying to be like,
important.
please don't vote for this so I don't have to veto it.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
doesn't.
gonna do.
If he doesn't want to actually, because I mean, what they're doing now is they're like, we're doing an investigation into Bill Clinton and Comey and all
Yeah.
these things. Like they're trying to like make some kind of, which is crazy because before they had literally said there's no evidence to convict any unconvicted third parties. That's what the Trump DOJ said. And now after this stuff happened, they're like, okay, we're gonna do an investigation and maybe convict some other people. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what happens in that there was no evidence? It's like, well,
There's some
the
evidence.
reason they're doing that now is because now, if it passes, it can go to the White House, and Trump's sitting there, and he goes, "Well, I can't sign this because we're doing an active investigation." That's the whole point of that. It's a bullshit
I
investigation.
saw something this morning, actually, where Thomas Massey was saying, Trump can't protect you guys forever. You're going to have to vote.
Yeah,
You have to do the right thing for like once.
yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens with all this stuff.
Me too. Me too. But so one more thing I wanted to show before we actually call Trump and confront him on.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is he going to be available to
Yeah,
call?
he's going to be available.
Nice.
This is in the emails, I think, as well. Yeah, it is. It shows that Donald Trump spent Thanksgiving while he was president with Epstein.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Allegedly. You know how litigious Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
So he says here in this email,
He's like, Jeff, are you going to bring the stuffing or the turkey? Which one
Yeah.
is it?
it says it's from Faith Cates to Jeffrey Epstein. And she says, have fun. And then Epstein replies, David Fizzle Hansen Trump. And then Faith Cates says, he's such a snooze. Who else is down there? And then Epstein said, berries color for holiday. I don't know what the hell that means. And then Faith Cates says, that means Glenn Check is out. Wait, what? That means Glenn check out his red hair. And then Epstein says, Eva. What? I don't know what that means. And then Faith Cates says, okay, Dylan will want to see you. I always want to see you again. Or I always want to see you. And then he says, where are you having Thanksgiving? And he said, all next week. And then she says, fun. Where are you back in NYC? And he says, hope today is fun for you. So he's implying that Trump and David Fizzle and Hansen, I don't know who those people are, but he's implying that those people are coming to Thanksgiving that he's hosting. This is in 2017. This is when Trump was president, in November of 2017.
Trump's like, oh, I could do Thanksgiving with my family, someone else. Let's do it with Epstein. That guy is so good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if this stuff turns out to be true, and Trump was literally affiliated back in 2017, leading up to when did Jeffrey Epstein die?
2019.
2019.
So that was 2 years before he died.
Interesting.
Let's
he died in August.
Melania, let's go to Epstein. You knew him. I met him through you.
I think I've also seen things about how he might have been affiliated even farther than that, up to his death, basically.
Trump's like, I gotta kill you, man.
Yeah, he's
sorry.
Man, I really didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice.
Yeah. Oh my. Dude, imagine if there was stuff like that.
A fucking audio leaks.
Yeah,
he's
it's
I'm gonna have to kill you in your prison cell.
He's like, I called you to say goodbye for the last time.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the fun times.
Dude, speaking of that, there were so many other emails too of people literally emailing Jeffrey Epstein and be like, man, I had fun with you last night. We went till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Dude, it's bad. It's Trump was brought up a lot of times. And to be fair, I think there's some validity to the idea that the Democrats in the House wanted to release the stuff about Trump, which, by the way, I don't think that's bad. We should release that because he's the fucking president of the United States, and we should know if he was affiliated with a pedophile in any way, shape, or form. I do think maybe there's probably a lot of other stuff that we could learn about that involves more Democrats and stuff.
Yeah. Is there any other Democrats besides Bill Clinton? There's probably some donors.
I'm sure there is.
There's definitely some donors.
I know there's at least a couple more.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more.
I've only heard of Bill Clinton.
I remember hearing about other ones, but I can't remember their names.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk to Trump himself.
We're calling him right now.
Let's call up the boy.
Okay. Hopefully he doesn't call me he'll call me a radical leftist.
Oh yeah,
co-host.
for sure.
All right, call him up.
Old DJT, hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, we need to talk about this Epstein stuff.
Oh my God. Is that the Dakota Talks? I'm on vacation right now, but I couldn't pass up talking to you,
Did you go
You
on
got
vacation?
to be my favorite streamer, my favorite YouTuber.
Did you go to the Virgin Islands?
The Virgin Islands? No, I went to the non-Virgin Islands.
Oh. Well, we wanted to talk to you about a couple things.
There's a lot of things going on about you right
No,
now.
of course. No, please talk to me.
Yeah, so well, first of all, how have you been?
Yeah, how's it been?
I've been really good. I have been.
That's
good.
good.
I have been very good.
Yeah. You've been saving the country and stuff?
Yeah, I have been.
Yeah.
Those things, there have been a lot of fake news about me, though.
Really?
So I took this vacation. To just blow off some steam,
Yeah.
I hate the fake news. I hate the fake news media, It really is. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, we wanted to talk to you about some of that stuff. You might think it's fake news. But, we've got these new... Last time we talked to you about Epstein, you had some things to say about him. But we want to talk to you again because more stuff has come out. The House Oversight Committee has released a bunch of new emails. And the one that we really wanted to talk about was... There's an email between Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein. And he says... Mark Epstein asks Jeffrey Epstein, he says, do you have that photo... Or ask him if Putin has those photos of Trump blowing Bubba, which is a nickname that's given to Bill Clinton. I'm just curious if you have any comments. Did you blow Bill Clinton?
No, that didn't happen. It did not happen.
And if it did happen,
Mark,
would you have done it well?
He's a prankster. He's a jokester. I met him before.
Bill Clinton?
He was just making a little joke.
Or Mark Epstein?
That guy. I was blowing bubbles with
You're
Bubba.
blowing bubbles
I
on
was
it?
blowing bubbles with him, and it's a nice picture. It is.
Wait,
But,
I'm just a question, hypothetically, if you did do that thing, what would you have done it well?
If he has a Bubba on him, I I'll take it. You know, that's what I say. That's what I
Okay.
say. I won't enjoy it, but I know how to work my way around a Bubba. I do.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I
Yeah.
hear. Okay, so you're denying that you did that with Bill Clinton.
Don't put that in the video.
Yeah, yeah,
though.
we'll cut that.
You know,
Yeah.
don't put that in there.
Yeah, but so you're denying that you did not.
I blew bubbles. I blew bubbles with him. It was a fantastic time.
You blew
You know
bubbles.
how SpongeBob he blew Bubble Buddy? That's what Bubba did.
Okay,
That's actually how he got his nickname because he's so good at bubbles.
so it was probably like a
See?
typo.
What'd you say?
Was it a typo then?
No. I blew bubbles with Bubba. I
Okay,
blew
okay.
bubbles with Bubba.
I see. So he should have clarified the bubble part, I guess.
He did. He should have.
Yeah.
He just worded it very, very wrong, very incorrectly.
Gotcha.
You know, it's kind of disgusting. It is.
So you're
But
you're
it's
fully
okay.
straight then?
What'd you say?
You're straight. You're a heterosexual
Of course I
man.
am. You know, Melania, she blows my Bubba every night. Every night.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, good. Okay. Well, okay. We also wanted to ask you. There's like some stuff that's come out about how you were at a Thanksgiving
Oh,
with
yeah.
Epstein in 2017 when you were president the first time.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Epstein
That's when I
says
had
he.
that big turkey. That's when Bubba blew the turkey.
Oh, Bubba was there too.
Wait, he was?
I don't know. Was he?
Well, he blew the turkey, so
Oh,
he might have been.
interesting. Okay.
You know, I did go. But
You
it
did
wasn't
go.
on the island. You know, it wasn't on the island. It was a fun Thanksgiving. It really was.
Well, that's
There
good.
were lots of games. We had pin the tail on the liberal, and it's
Oh.
actually a donkey. You know,
There
you
you
get
go.
it because
That
they're
kind of works.
liberals.
Well, there you go. That's cool. Okay, so you're kind of saying that you did go to hang out with Epstein. You didn't blow Bill Clinton, but you did blow bubbles with him.
I did. I blew lots of bubbles. He was
Gotcha.
very good at bubbles too. He's very good at blowing people.
That makes
Or
sense.
bubbles, sorry.
That makes sense. Okay, and then also I'm just curious to know why you called an emergency meeting in the Situation Room
Yeah.
and tried to get the Republicans that were voting to release the Epstein files to change their votes. I'm just curious what the thinking was there.
Well, because there's lots of things that I don't want out there in those files. There really is.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
accidentally, when I was young and I was stupid. I really was. I was young and I was stupid, and I might have sent him a photo of my Bubba, and I regret it now.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
really do, and I
Trump-
don't want my Bubba out there. I don't. That's for me and Melania and Ivanka. All right.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What I
you
said.
sent a picture of your Bubba to your daughter?
What?
No,
No, my
right.
Bubba.
Yeah,
is
don't
for my
worry, it's
daughter
fine, it's fine,
and-
it's fine.
And me and Ivanka.
Okay.
We can.
Bubba?
Bubba, my Bubba.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh.
That's an innuendo. by the
Anyways,
way,
anyways,
co-host,
anyways,
in case you
anyways.
haven't noticed.
So I have a question for you, Mr. President. Mr.
Yes,
President. I have a question.
co-host, before you ask your question, I just want to apologize. I do. I want to apologize for the very rash outburst I made against you and your mother.
Yeah, okay.
It was a slip of judgment. It really was, and I
Yeah.
would like to apologize. So now,
Well,
co-host, if you could please ask your question.
just don't get mad when I ask you this question, okay, Mr. President? So,
I might have another outburst.
So you had we talked, you had Thanksgiving with, Jeffrey Epstein, sex trafficker, pedophile. There's also an email of him emailing to maybe his brother. I forgot what the email was. You can look at that. It was where Epstein said in the email, Trump knew about the kids,
The girls, yeah.
the girls. So what do you say to that? Like,
He also said that you were the dog who never barked, implying
I
that
was
you,
a dog. I'm a dog.
Yeah, he was implying
Oh,
that
that's
you were
Hillary.
that you
That's
knew
Hillary.
about the girls and that you never said anything to anybody.
Well, I didn't know about those girls. I did not know.
He also said that you
didn't.
asked Ghislaine Maxwell to stop taking girls from Mar-a-Lago,
yeah.
meaning that you would have known about them.
No, I did not know. All right, those girls at Mar-a-Lago, they were. I was just helping them. I was helping them fill out their resumes. I was.
And then he stole them.
If you work with Donald Trump, if you clean his house, you could put that on your resume. You
Mm-hmm.
you could. and I didn't know about the girls that were working with Epstein. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and I find it pretty disgusting, co-host, that you are accusing me of that, and you're calling me a dog too. That's disgusting.
Well, I mean,
That
Epstein called
really
you
is.
that.
Yeah, Epstein called you a
Well, no,
dog.
but co-host is agreeing with him. I think so. I think
Yeah.
co-host is agreeing with him that
I just see what I see, Mr. President, and I see that you might have some involvement in like a
The most notorious child sex trafficking
yeah,
ring in
and like
American
you-
history.
co-host, I see
and
that
you're
you
and
had
you're
some
probably
involvement
you probably
with
were in like a
underage
honeypot
vaping. That's what I
operation.
see, co-host. I looked at Dakota Talk's story.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm gonna. What'd you say, Dakota?
no.
You need to let me finish speaking.
Go ahead.
You
Go
need
ahead.
to. I see co-host. I see him vaping on Dakota Talks' story. That is illegal. You have to be 21 to do
Yeah,
that. And
it's unfortunate.
we could get you. We could. So co-host, I would recommend you watch your step. You should.
Yeah.
Because you don't know a thing. You don't.
Oh,
You call me a dog. You say that I know about the kids, the girls, and I do not. I do not know about them.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we just wanted to
Stop
make
sitting there
sure.
laughing, co-host. You disgust me. You really
Okay.
you do.
Mr. President, before you go on another outburst about his mom, I just want to interrupt and say that we can stop talking about Epstein. I know you don't like talking about him, and
I don't like him. He's
Yeah.
a awful guy. He really
Yeah.
is.
Oh, one more thing about him though. He did say about you. He said Epstein said that there's not. He said Trump is all bad or something like that. He said like Trump. I've never met a worse guy than Trump. He's every cell of
That's
his
a
body is
pedophile
bad.
talking.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm just curious your comment on that, and then we can move on.
He's just jealous. He really is. He's just jealous because I'm not a pedophile. He
Right.
thinks I'm a bad guy because I'm not a pedophile. He's a really fucked up guy. He is really messed up individual. He thinks the good guys have sex with little kids and the bad guys do not. And I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right. Well, we'll see what comes out, I guess.
Nothing's gonna come out.
Okay, that's good
I'll
to
make
know.
sure of it.
I hope not. Okay. I wanted to ask you while we have you on the phone.
Yeah.
An honor.
Of
I
course it is.
wanted to ask about Venezuela because as you know we've talked about on the
Yeah.
podcast, you guys, the Trump administration has been going and blowing up a bunch of boats in Venezuela or international waters that are carrying what you guys say is drugs. They say that they're drug boats, and then you go out and you unilaterally decide to extrajudicially kill these people with bombs.
Yeah.
We've killed over like 200 people in that way, and also seemingly escalating war with like what was it like naval ships and stuff.
Bring naval ships.
And also you authorized the CIA to do covert operations in Venezuela.
yeah.
I'm just curious, are you doing a coup? Are you trying to start war with Venezuela?
I am
What's
not. I
going
love
on?
Venezuela. I love those guys.
Okay. But not the
they give me good prisons. They give me really good prisons. To
I
send
see.
people to, and I like them. I am just.
Are you thinking about El Salvador?
I'm working with the government. I really am. I'm working with the government of Venezuela right now. I'm
Are you-
working with them.
Are you sure you're not thinking about El Salvador?
Wait, that's El Salvador?
El Salvador is the one with the prison.
Oh no. Then I've been talking to the wrong guys and blowing up the wrong people. This is shame. This is a shame.
Okay. So
I want to go look on that.
Dakota, this is really bad. I need to go sign some papers or something because this is gonna cause a really big problem.
oh no. Are you invading
for the
El
American
Salvador
people.
on accident?
I thought they were El Salvadorian drug people. I thought they were. I was never told that they were Venezuelan. They didn't put that in the picture books they gave me.
The picture books. Okay, that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
So, but before that happened, before you mixed them up, they're
They gave you the wrong picture book.
yeah.
They gave me the wrong picture books. They did.
It's
It
a
had-
disgrace.
It had the El Salvadorians in there, and I sent bombs straight to them.
Oh no.
That's what I was told to do in the picture book. That's what I was told to do. That's what I was told to say. Yes
So we're
to.
invading El Salvador?
Yeah, El Salvador said it was okay. El Salvador said it was okay to. I was working with them. I need to talk to some people. What did Venezuela
okay,
do?
hold on. One more thing about that. Do Do you just want to invade El Salvador or, whatever it is, Venezuela for just their oil and natural resources?
Why would you say something like that? Go us. I am doing it for the good of the great country of the USA.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing it to get fentanyl and cocaine and heroin and whatever off the streets.
Uh-huh.
I am not doing it to take natural resources away from those people. They need it a lot more than I do. I would never. I love those guys. I do.
Okay.
I don't know. I've just been blowing up the drug boats. That's all I've been blowing up.
Gotcha.
That's all I've been blowing up.
Have you thought about the idea that maybe you should, like, before you blow people up, you should, like, try them in a court of law to make sure they've been found guilty of that crime before, like, unilaterally deciding to execute them?
Well, it's in international water, so I can do whatever I want.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
That's,
Okay. Well, yeah, I
Now what,
appreciate your time, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to announce or talk about
or rant about.
We are announcing.
confess?
The White House is announcing.
Mhm.
We are going to kill co-host mom.
Oh.
Shit.
We are going to kill her live on television. We are
Oh my
going to show
God.
the world
Whoa. All right, Mr. President.
the craziest.
All right. It
It's
was
going
good
to
talking to
be
you.
the
We're
greatest
gonna head
event
out.
on live television.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
dude.
We almost made it all the way through without him
Yeah.
talking about your mom again that way. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we're back.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
So do you want to just kind of talk about the government shutdown for a
We'll talk
minute?
about the government shutdown. That was President Trump, everybody. Thanks
Me and
again.
President Trump, I want to debate that guy.
Yeah, you're might want
I'm
to.
gonna be like, you're a fucking bum.
You might need to put your mom under
Yeah.
some kind of you need to build like a bunker or something. Like it sounds like the United States government is
Yeah.
executed.
Well, actually, we have a bunker.
They're gonna do a coup. It sounds like
They're gonna do a coup in my house.
of your household. Yeah,
Yeah.
The leader of your household is gonna be cooed, and they're gonna prop up a dictator. They're gonna replace
Yeah.
your mom with some AI bot.
Oh god.
No, okay. Let's talk about the government shutdown. This shit is really
Yeah.
fucking annoying, and I'm gonna.
The
fucking
Democrats once again have caved.
Democrats.
The Democrats have done nothing good. They didn't get any concessions, nothing.
They really didn't. So what happened is the government was shut down. We talked about this pretty in depth the last
Yeah.
few weeks. The government was shut down because the way that the government works is when this in the Senate, right? To pass a budget bill or pass any bill, there's this thing called the filibuster, which essentially means where to pass a bill in the Senate, you need a 2/3 majority. It's called a supermajority, and it basically makes it so that even if you have a majority of one party, you need the other party essentially most of the time, unless you have 2/3 of the Congress, which is very unlikely. Then you need that other party, at least a few of them, to vote for something.
Yeah.
Which I don't like the filibuster. A lot of progressives don't like the filibuster because
The Republicans use it to their advantage when
the
they have
Republicans
it.
use it to their advantage. The Democrats don't as much, but also the filibuster makes it so that even when Democrats have control of Congress or control of the Senate, they don't do anything because
Yeah.
they can't. And it's not only because they can't, like they aren't able to, it's also because they don't want to. And they use the filibuster as an excuse, and so do the Republicans, to not do anything ever, basically. And it by and large it shuts down progressive legislation like 10-1. In like Republican legislation, it'll probably pass. Progressive legislation, it's fucked with filibuster.
Yeah.
And so in this shutdown, we had the Democrats using the filibuster to their advantage, finally, saying we are not going to vote for this budget bill, this continuing resolution that will let the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire, which is the Obamacare subsidies that
From the COVID. It was
Yeah.
from 2020.
yeah. And so those were set to expire, and they wanted to make sure that those stayed going. They wanted to make sure that they got concessions from the Republicans to continue those subsidies, because if they don't, 20 million Americans would lose their health care. A bunch of health care premiums would double. 15,000 Americans would die every single year because of lack of health care coverage. Horrible.
Dude, and also it's it's all bad. But the problem was, the thing was, is the Democrats were actually getting popular a little bit during the
Yeah.
shutdown.
That's another thing.
And then like they killed their popularity probably as soon as like fucking Tim Kaine caved, which he's the senator of one of the senators.
He's
of
our
Virginia.
senator.
Yeah. Mark Warner, I don't think he
didn't cave.
didn't cave.
He might have been.
luckily.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the point is like they had this moment, this rare moment where they were using the filibuster to their advantage to stop this very consequential budget from being
Yeah.
passed. They were staying strong at this point, staying strong to fight for that. Even Chuck Schumer was like, "We're staying strong. We can't let this happen," and it was good. And we were applauding it. And like you said, the polling was in their favors. Most Americans blamed Republicans for the shutdown because Republicans were going out there going, we're keeping the government shut down because we won't give you health care. And Democrats are going out there being like, we're not going to vote to open a government if it's going to cut 20 million Americans health care. Like that is the moral position, and it makes sense. Like it makes sense. The majority of Americans were in favor of the Democrats. Or also, in addition to that, we saw with the other week's elections, landslides basically everywhere.
Oh yeah,
like,
no.
A blue wave hit the entire country, and especially here in like even in Virginia. That's where Mark Warner's from. He was like, oh, like there's a lot of federal workers here, and literally, we saw like a 15-point lead win for almost like every single candidate.
No,
like,
it was crazy.
We in Virginia, especially where Mark Warner is from, we saw like a fucking landslide almost.
Yeah.
For all these Democratic Senate or members, and that shows that that people blame the Republicans for this.
Yeah.
And even in a state like Virginia where there's all these federal workers, they want health care and they don't want Republicans to strip it from them. And that's understandable, and that's the situation that we're in. And Democrats, in that moment, they saw how it was making them popular. They saw how they were finally using their leverage to fight against this. And they saw how they were winning elections like crazy, and the hype was coming back to the Democratic Party. And they went, what about we cave right now?
Yeah,
At the worst possible time.
It was like 45 days in.
Yeah.
Like,
the
what the
longest
hell?
shutdown in American history. Trump was weaponizing SNAP, cutting it illegally, even though there was contingency funds
like,
already there, pre-allocated. He was literally starving Americans and using that as a tool of leverage against the Democrats, which shouldn't have been effective because, like, what the fuck? like that was not something that he could do. And I think a court actually eventually did tell him, you have to pay that back. You have to pay those out. But of course, by that point, the Democrats had already caved and voted to reopen the
Damn
government.
old Diddy-crats.
Yeah. But so it's so frustrating because, like we said, the Democrats had everything going for them.
Yeah, no, they did. They had
They had
popularity.
no reason to cave.
Everyone saw them like, oh yeah, they're actually trying to fight. I like that. I like them.
What we learned from those elections is that people want fighters, and they want...
The Democrats didn't learn that from they're like,
No, they didn't.
everyone just likes us because we're not Trump.
Yeah, I mean, that is literally what they're learning, and that's really fucking bad. But, so yeah, what happened was I think what happened is these centrist Democrats and conservative Democrats, they were scared because Trump was saying, just nuke the filibuster. Just fucking, because they can just do that. It's not something that has to be there.
Yeah.
The filibuster is not in the Constitution. It is literally a tradition, and it can disappear, and it should. But Trump was saying Republicans should just nuke the filibuster and forget about it, and just go about it. And Republicans didn't want to do that either because they also benefit from the filibuster. But Democrats definitely didn't want that, and so they colluded to essentially pull the votes together to vote for this Republican Republican gutting of healthcare bill. And
yeah, I literally saw like an interview from like a Republican House of Representative. I don't even know who the House rep was, but it was the reporter's like, so you guys gonna actually like vote on the ACA subsidies? He's like, I can't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So here's what the quote unquote compromise was.
It's pretty much like an IOU for the Democrats.
Barely even that. Pretty much that, but barely.
It was pretty much just like, yeah, we might do it, we might not, but we probably won't.
Yeah. So the deal that they were touting was that the Republicans said, we will hold a vote on extending the subsidies, the ACA subsidies. And I think it was in January or something. And they're like, that was the compromise. Not even that they were going to, it was literally a promise that they were going to do that. And also, on top of that, they also got the quote unquote compromise that Trump was going to follow the law and not lay off furloughed workers that were furloughed during the government shutdown. Something that he constitutionally couldn't have done anyways. And like multiple different things like that. That he was like, literally, he was like I'm probably just gonna break the law here. And then they go, well, how about this? We're gonna put it in law that you can't break the law. And he goes, okay. Like it is. The Democrats got nothing out of this. It was a moment where it was literally making them popular, and they were using their leverage to fight up against fascism and gutting healthcare, and they caved. And okay, so we have 7 Democrats and 1 independent who caucuses with the Democrats who voted to end the shutdown, to gut 20 million Americans' healthcare, including Mark Warner, including Angus King, Shaheen. I forget all their names, but there was more. Last week I went over it.
Yeah.
Look them up. If you live in any of their states, call them and shame them. They suck. But we know that it wasn't just those Democrats that wanted to cave. We know there was at least multiple more. I forget their names, but there was at least 2 or 3 more that were willing to vote for it if they needed to. But all of the Democrats, all of the people who voted for the bill, are not up for election in 2026.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
They're either retiring in 2026 or they're up for election in 2028. What were you gonna say?
That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Is like all the Democrats that voted for the Republican bill.
It was strategically that way.
Yeah, no, it was because they're like,
they wanted to minimize the political consequences of voting to gut 20 million Americans' healthcare when it was clearly in their favor to continue to fight against it. But they were too scared that Trump was going to nuke the filibuster, and they were like, oh, well, let's just cave. And so we know, like, Chuck Schumer didn't vote for it. He's up for election in 2026, I think. And he didn't vote for it. But it is reported on, this is from the American Prospect, which, this article called Why Does Chuck Schumer Keep Trying to Cave is really good. This is a quote that I got from it. It says, it has been widely assumed that the group of 8 mostly centrist Senate Democrats who have been looking to broker a hollow deal on Trump on the Republican terms were freelancing. In fact, they were acting with the express approval of Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer and were reporting to him daily. So we know
crazy.
Chuck Schumer was not only aware, but was approving of this, despite the fact that he came out and was like, I cannot support this bill. I cannot support this bill. This is unacceptable. But then behind closed doors,
unacceptable. We will win.
That's literally what it sounded like, though. If you guys haven't heard that clip, it's so good. Well, but so behind closed doors, he was singing a very different tune, and he was literally allowing them. So either one, he can't control his caucus and whip votes in this very, very important moment, or 2, he colluded and allowed for this to happen in a way where he could minimize the political consequences. I think both could be true.
I wouldn't trust Chuck Schumer to
watch a dog.
And I wouldn't trust Chuck Schumer to watch a dog for multiple days.
Yeah.
And tell it to go outside and piss because it would just piss inside.
Yeah. It'd be like, I don't want to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
I listen to anybody else. I wanted to read, I ranted on Substack, and I just wanted to read this real quick. But by the way, go follow me on Substack. We got our links in the description. Both of us on Substack. I'm
going to post something soon. It's been crazy.
Do it, yeah. I said, for anyone who says that criticizing Chuck Schumer or the Democratic establishment is spending time and resources away from fighting Trump, guess what else is making the fight against Trump harder? When Chuck Schumer and other establishment Democrats collude to cave and give up their only piece of leverage, that being the shutdown, to vote for a Republican bill that guts health care for tens of millions of Americans in a moment where the polling was in their favor overwhelmingly, and Trump even said it was costing Republicans elections. We need fighters, and we need leaders who can whip votes and use the small leverage they actually have to stand up. We aren't spoiling by telling Chuck Schumer to step down. In fact, Schumer is the spoiler. I just wanted to feel like I organized my thoughts there well.
Yeah. No, I really hope AOC or someone primaries his ass because he cannot be the leader for long.
Yeah.
Especially when the next funding bill that they have to pass, I feel like the Democrats are just going to vote for it and they're not going to put up a fight.
Probably. I mean, that's what they did back in, I think it was in June or whatever.
Yeah, it was May, something like that. Yeah,
a few months ago, they were like, we're going to vote for it. A shutdown would be bad, which it was bad. A shutdown is bad, and we're still in a shutdown, I think, right now.
It's bad for the stock market.
Yeah, I mean, a shutdown is bad. It sucks, but the Republicans are refusing to give us health care, and you're fighting against that with the only piece of leverage you have. You have to use that.
Yeah. I also saw this thing where like the October's job report stuff won't be released ever.
Yeah.
Which
right.
no, I saw like some private companies like release like estimates, and it's
Pretty bad.
estimate that like 50,000 jobs were lost in that month. We're already down to like COVID layoffs.
God,
this year.
dude, we're cooked. We're cooked. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's pretty much all we have this week.
Yeah.
If you live in any, look up the senators that voted for it, and if you live in any other states,
Go fucking call their asses.
call them, go to their office, protest, write them a letter, whatever you want to do.
Everything.
I tried to call Tim Kaine. He turned off his voicemail.
Really?
Yeah. So I.
Did you email? Did you email him a strongly worded letter?
Oh yeah, you know I sent him a strongly worded letter, Chuck Schumer style. No, there's on his website you can like contact him. So I wrote like a letter kind of thing where I was like, you fucking like your blood is on your hands. That's what I said. I was like, fucking blood is on your hands. You fucking idiot. Like step down immediately. You should be ashamed of yourself. But yeah, so go do that. Go shame them. And yeah. Chuck
Yeah.
Schumer should
I
step
have
down.
one more thing.
Okay.
We will win.
We
will
will
win.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos.